Dear children, today I am going to teach lesson second in history, growth of British influence. पेज नंबर 12 देखें, ग्रोथ ऑफ ब्रिटिश इन्फ्लुएंस. Warren Hastings was appointed as governor of Bengal in 1772. He abolished the dual administration system and took over entire administration of Bengal. He also stopped the emperor's annual grant. He also took away Allahabad and Kala from emperor and sold these territories to the Nawab of Awadh because he wanted to make Awadh a strong buffer state between the company's territories and that of the Marathas. Mysore Wars. Lord Cornwallis consolidated the foundation led by his predecessor Hastings. He waged a war against Mysore where Hyder Ali and his son Tipu Sultan had risen in power. By the time Cornwallis arrived in India, the first 1766, 1769 and second 1780 to 1784. Anglo-Mysore War had already been fought. Tipu's policy of seeking help from the French and the Turks appeared too dangerous to British interests. When Tipu invaded the teeny kingdom of Travancore in 1789, Cornwallis retired, and this led to the Third Anglo-Mysore War. The Marathas and the Nizam also joined this war on side of the British. This war, 1790 to 1792, lasted for 2 years. It was difficult for Tipu to take on the combined force of his enemies. By the Treaty of Srirangapatnam, Tipu surrendered half of his territory to his enemies and paid £3 million as war compensation. He was also forced to accept subsidiary alliance, but he refused. He continued his efforts to modernize his army with the help of the French. This led to the Fourth Anglo-Mysore War in 1799. Tipu died fighting while defending his capital. A large portion of the kingdom of Mysore was merged with the British Empire. The conquest of Mysore was the most valiant success of the British power. In every discipline of war and diplomacy, the British proved themselves superior to the valiant rulers of Mysore. The British Empire now extended from one end of the Deccan to other. Subsidiary alliance. Lord Wellesley, 1798 to 1805, the successor of Lord Cornwallis, came to India with the intention to transform the British Empire in India into the British Empire of India. To achieve his goal, he devised the policy of subsidiary alliance. The principles of this alliance were simple. The Indian rulers who were invited to join this alliance were expected not to fight or keep any contract with any other power without the permission of the British. Second, The maintain internal peace and order in separate state. The British would station an army under the control of the British generals. The Indian state would either surrender a portion of its territory to the company or would pay an annual amount. In return, the company would protect the subsidiary state against external invasion. The Nizam of Hyderabad was the first Indian power to accept the subsidiary alliance. Anglo-Maratha Wars. It took the British 43 years, 1775 to 1818, to subjugate the Marathas after their defeat in the Third Battle of Panipat, 1761. The Marathas had started rising again under the leadership of Madhavrao I and Mahatji Sindhya. Maratha chiefs were striving to become independent, but they lacked unity and Peshwa was powerless. After the death of Madhavrao I and fourth Peshwa in 1772, a civil war ensued for succession to the throne. Raghunath Rao signed the treaty with the company's governor, while Nana Peshwa, Nana Fadnavis sided with Governor General Hastings. Finally, Madhavrao II was accepted as the Peshwa under the Treaty of Salwai. In the return, he had to sell Iceland to the British. After the death of Nana Fadnavis in 1800, the Peshwa's power declined and Maratha chief started to become dominant. The combined force of Sindhya and Bajirao II were defeated by the Holkars. The Peshwa was reinstated on the throne of the Pune by the Treaty of Vesak. This treaty brought Marathas under total subjugation of the British. Lord Wellesley now planned to subjugate the Maratha chief. Gaikwad accepted subsidiary alliance of the British, while Bhosle and Sindhyas were defeated in 1805 and had accepted subsidiary alliance. Odisha and territories between the Ganga and the Yamuna were taken over by the British. These victories made the British more powerful. The Rajput princes also entered into the various treaties with the British out of fear. Wellesley's victory over the Marathas in 1803 made the British supreme power in India. The primary cause behind the Third Anglo-Maratha War 1817-1818 was the dissatisfaction of Peshwa Balaji Rao II with the subordinate position. He therefore tried to unite their Maratha chief to fight against the British. The Gaikwad of Baroda was, however, not in favor. Elephant Stone, the British residents of Pune, asked the Peshwa to enter into a new subsidiary alliance. The Gaikwad, the Bhosle and the Sindhya were made to sign fresh treaties with the British. Appa Sahib at Nagpur and Malhar Rao II at Indore were defeated by British, and Third Anglo-Maratha War came to an end in 1880. The consequences of this war turned out to be disastrous for the Marathas. The office of the Peshwa was obliged and his entire territory was taken over by the British. A descendant of the Chhatrapati Shivaji was put on the throne of the Satara. Similarly, Appa Sahib was deposed and all his territories were taken over. A minor son of Raghuji Bhosle II was put in his place in Nagpur. Malhara Rao II was forced to accept the subsidiary alliance. Thus, the ascendancy of the British became absolute. Cause of the downfall of the Marathas. Next day, 3rd.